Alright guys, so I just kind of wanted to cover a vlog covering my new training. It's a new program that I decided I'd try to actually put down on paper and follow it for once. It's something that I've been vaguely following at certain times in my training. It's kind of inspired by some training that I did last year when I was trying to do 405 for 20 back squat. I would work up to a heavy 5 prior to that, and then I'd drop down. And what I realized was that my 20 and 5, or my attempt at 20 and 5 rep maxes were just as good whether I did the high rep set prior to or after. Their order really didn't matter. So I thought to myself, well, maybe I could do both of these at the same time. So what I did was I decided that I was going to test my no back squat max and use that for my new percent base. I looked at Prilepin's chart and I wanted to find something that I thought I could do for 3 reps. So a rep range that I thought I could do for 3 at the beginning. Something I could do for 8 reps and something that I could do for 15 plus. And based on Prilepin's chart, I used those percents to decide what I was going to use for the program. I decided on the percents I was going to use for the program before I even tested my max because I wanted it to be solid, concrete, not influenced by what I thought I could do, not with my ego. So what I found was that I was going to use 93%, 80%, and 65% for my sets. I tested my no back squat, no belt, no sleeves, no monolifters, I don't fucking know. Totally raw back squat. And I hit 230 kilos, which is 507 pounds. I based my percents off that, and the weights that it gave me were 150 kilos, 185 kilos, and 212.5 kilos, which I liked how those numbers came out because I have those numbers. I can make those on my bar pretty easily. I've got all that change. So the program was as follows: maximal reps at 150 kilos, 185 kilos, 212.5 kilos. And I'm going to do that 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, whatever. Just 3 days, kind of like BFS or whatever. I think I started on a Saturday, so it ended up being Saturday. No, I started on a Sunday, so it's Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. And then my upper body days mirror those days, so the following, I have Saturday off. So it's a 7-day cycle, 7-day split. And the assistance work I was going to do for that was 5x10 RDL, 5x10 back raise, and then 3 set of weighted pull-ups. And what I wanted to do was do 3 max rep sets with 3 weights, similar to the back squat. So I do no weight, 10 kilos, and 25 kilos, and I would do max reps with all those and try to linearly progress that, add a couple reps every set for the 9 successive workouts. So after getting this program rolling, first day for 150, 185, 212.5, I hit 21.93. Basically what I expected. I was happy to hit those. And that's with no belt, no sleeves, no nothing. So I don't know that I've ever gone in that style for those with no belt, or not for a while anyway. So those were all, we'll call them PRs. Next time I came in, 2 days later, hit 21 again, 11, so I added 2 reps on that set, and 4. So I added 1 rep on that set, and that was considered a success. The main goal is to add reps, try to beat 1 set every workout. The following day, I hit 22, so that's a 1 rep PR, and I was more conscious of that. I wanted to try to beat that for sure. 12, which was a 1 rep addition, and 5, which was once again another 1 rep. So I've improved across the board, 1 rep on all the sets. So I mean, small success. It was baby steps forward, you know. If you can get better every workout, you're gonna. And while doing all this, going into this program, my back was really bothering me. Been having some low back issues, so I was being really proactive with my back rehab at the beginning, and I think it's paying off. So I think those numbers would have been slightly higher had my back not been hurting me. It was just hard to even get under the bar. My bravery was kind of sapped. I don't know if you guys have that, but when you go to get under the bar and you just feel like shit, so you have no confidence. Okay, so then the next workout, the 4th workout, I hit 27, 11, so I slid back. I went way forward on the first set because I got my intensity jacked up. I hit 5 more reps on that, The next one I slid back, and then the one thereafter I slid back. I went from 5 to 4 on the heavy set, which I was pretty blown out from that first set. I was pretty tired, but the technique was good. I just was slow, just wasn't very good, I guess. Then the fifth workout, which was 2 days ago. So the fifth of 9 workouts, the tipping point, I hit 30 for the first set. So from workout 1 to 5, I went from 21 to 30. So that's pretty good. And I did a 1 1/4 squat on the last one. It was fucking easy. The next set, which is at basically 405, 407 pounds, I did for 16, which I've done it for 20 before, but that was with a belt and my SBDs on. So I mean, I view that as a huge. I might be able to get that for 20. I would be disappointed now if I don't get that for 20 before the end of these 9 workouts. And then I got 6 on the last one, which is a PR. So, I mean, I've only added 2 or 3 reps, 1 to 3 reps on all these sets since the first one, but that's a lot bigger difference than adding 1 to 3 reps on the first sets, because it's supposed to be 93% of my no max. So, 93% for 6 reps is pretty good, especially when you consider how pre-exhausted I am. Excuse me. An interesting twist on this is that I'm squatting flat-soled shoes to try to focus on my weaknesses, stabilizing. Not that it's necessarily a weakness, but we can always bring those things up. Focusing more on stability, it makes a huge difference. I'm squatting in these skater shoes that have squishy soles, and I can feel myself squishing around in them. It's honestly hard just to walk it out. I don't know if I'm just being a pussy or what, but it's forced me to focus on my stability, and I've had to use a much slower eccentric to keep my core stability, keep my knees out. One thing I noticed that the Olympic shoes really do for me is that they allow me to keep my knees out because they've got nice, solid support in them. It's easy to keep my knees out because the arch support's really good in them. And also with these flat-soled shoes, I'm focusing more on my posterior chain, which is not a weakness for me, but, I mean, it's good to bring that up. So when I retest my max, I will squat in Olympic shoes. So the plan for that is 9 workouts, 3 weeks, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever. Not Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but 3 days a week for 3 weeks. And then I will deload on that last week, the 4th week, and retest my max. And I hit 230 kilos, which I was kind of disappointed with. That was kind of low ball for no belt, no sleeves, no nothing. When I squat in the meet, I'll probably do my first attempt with sleeves, and then my other attempt with my last 2 attempts with wraps, depending on how it goes. I mean, things could change, plan always changes, but that's the plan. So I'm trying to get my no squat up as high as I can before I start adding in that gear, just to kind of focus on my strength, stay as light as I can. One thing I've figured out, or I guess I haven't figured it out, I'm not the strongest person in the world, so I can't say that I know everything. But I think that training with as little weight as possible and still getting a good training effect is very, very important for longevity, keeping your back feeling good. That and under recovery is really important. You don't want to under recover. You want to focus on little things. I have my roommate walk on my back a few times a day, something I learned from Coach Ma. It really helps a lot. I mean, if you have someone do it correctly, it can change the game. For sure. Doing soft tissue work on your erectors, keeping your groin flexibility up so that you can squat with good mechanics. All those things are really, really important, and people I don't think understand that or forget it. That's one thing I wish I would have known more at the beginning, because when I started lifting, I had fucking sciatica like every day, and I'm pretty sure I had some bad discs. I don't know. Whatever. But, so, if you guys want to have a run at the program, just look at it. Basically, it's 3 days a week. Maximal reps at 65, 80, 93% for 9 workouts. Try to PR on one of them every time. So say, for instance, your 1 rep max was, we'll say 400, just for the easy of the math. 65% of 400 is 270, 80% is 320, 93% is like 370-ish, a little more. So it's pretty, you take those, bang them out, do as many as you can every time. Preserve yourself at the beginning so that you have somewhere to build to at the end. But if you have any more questions about the program, layout, just message me. Probably not going to make an Excel for it. Thanks, guys.